Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today, something a little bit different. I was mowing the lawn a couple of days ago, and my mower packed up. I can't really fault this mower, to be honest. I've had this mower about 2 years, and I picked it up off the side of the road. It had been dumped at the side of the road. Reason being, the switch had failed on it. When I got it home and had a look at it, that was all that was wrong with it, is the switch had failed on it. So actually I'll show you now. This hasn't got a Flymo switch on it anymore. I think this is either off a Black & Decker or a Mountfield, but it works perfectly well, you know. The only thing is that it doesn't have the easy reel feature that this mower has. You just have a cable wrapped around the handle like that. But apart from that, like I said, the mower has worked for the last 2 years perfectly. It's kept my lawn really nice and flat. Just been a reasonably decent lawn mower. Like I said, a couple of days ago I went to mow the lawn, and I got about halfway through the lawn and it made a bumping, clanking noise, and I basically just stopped using it there and then. I knew exactly what was wrong with it. When I first got the mower, 2 years ago, I did notice that the belt on it was not brilliant. You know, the belt was starting to fray. It lasted 2 years like that. Anyway, like I said, the mower owed me absolutely nothing. So I went on eBay, and for under a £5, I've got a new belt for it. So what I thought we'd do in this video, hopefully this is the correct belt for it. Apparently Flymo don't make replacement belts for these anymore. This is a pattern belt, like I said, but it is meant to fit the Vision Compact 350. I think it's meant to fit the Vision Compact 330, 350, 360 and a couple of other Flymos, but Flymos do use other belts. You know, if you've got perhaps a slightly older Flymo, or perhaps even a slightly newer version, they don't necessarily use this this belt. But from what the eBay listing said, this is correct for this mower. Like I said, it was under a £5 delivered, which you can't really fault. I mean, if I get another 12 months out of the mower, it's only the whole thing's only cost me a £5. So I thought we'd go through and fit that, and I thought we'll have a quick look at the motor, see what condition the motor's in, and just do a tiny touch of preventative maintenance to that. We'll have a check of the brushes and see if it needs a bit of oil on the bearings, things like that. Right, let's get in it. Basically, one of the nice things with these mowers is they don't have like an external grass box. The grass box is here, and they compact the grass, so I've not got a huge lawn or anything. I have to empty this like 1.5 times during my whole lawn. So like I say, it's not bad at all, because it compresses the grass into there, and you just empty it into the compost bin or into your brown bin or whatever you do with your grass clippings. So we slide that out. Yeah, I've got various bits of dead grass and stuff in here, which really could do with being swept out, but it's not too bad. I'll have a quick look under here, because this is where the motor is. Obviously, it goes without saying, you don't go in here if you've got it plugged in. Like I said, we're not connected to the mains here, so we're quite safe to remove these covers. Just lift that up like that, and basically just hinges off. There's our motor. Actually, looking at the brushes on this, basically you've got a spring on here, and as the brush wears down, that spring will move further and further down the motor like that. It's still right at the end. These brushes are virtually new. I don't think this mower must have had a huge amount of use before I actually got it. I think it probably just like sat in a garage or something, or sat in a slightly damp shed. The switch went bad, because the switch was all corroded when I took it apart, and they bought a new mower. One thing we want to check is the motor. It has a couple of little filters here We just want to make sure there's no, you can see that they get absolutely covered in grass, which obviously makes the motor overheat a bit. I'm sure we could get new ones. Oops, I'll go pick that up. So you can get a bit of a closer look at it here. Where are we? There we are. You can see they get basically covered in muck and don't allow the motor to breathe, so they really do need flicking out, get all the muck and the rubbish out of them. Slide that one back in there. Same with that one. Just give them a... So you could probably easily get a piece of this foam and cut some new ones. Probably somewhere you can buy new ones from. And basically just get any muck and rubbish that's built up around the motor out. Because I mean, bits of grass will get in. We do want to just see if we can scrape some of the muck and the rubbish out. There we are. I mean, we could get an airline on there and blow it all out. I'm not going to bother, but I mean, if you had an airline, it probably would be a sensible thing to do, just to give that a blowout and get all the muck and rubbish that builds up in there out. The motor, like I said, the motor doesn't look in bad conditions. A little bit of surface rust on the laminations on it there, but that's not really going to affect its operation. What I am going to do is the top bearing on it there. I'm just going to drop a little bit of 3-in-1 just down on that bearing there, fill that up and just let that soak in, and just give the bearing a little bit of a lube up. We'll have to spin it from underneath so you can get the motor to turn. Yeah, there we go. So the belt isn't completely snapped, it's just kind of like shredded. We'll just spin that, get that bit of that oil to flow down into that bearing. There we go. That'll help that bearing out. We'll flip the mower over, so we'll shut that down. Flip the mower on its back like this. Okay, there we go. As you can see, there's the belt that's shredded. Bits of it hanging out like that. First thing we need to do is get the blade off. Now again, like I said, I picked this up from the side of the road. I don't have any of the accessories that would have come with it. It would have come with a plastic spanner to remove the blade there. So that's how you actually adjust the height on these Flymos. There's some spacer washers behind there, and depending on how many spacer washers you have fitted depends on how low or high the cut of the actual grass is. I have my cut quite low, so as you can see I have a number of spacers underneath it to bring the blade quite close to the bottom. If you wanted a deeper cut, you'd remove some of them spacers and have the blade further back. I've got a good big old-fashioned spanner here. Like I said, it would have originally come with a special tool for removing that, but because I got this off the side of the road, obviously I don't have the tool for it. I've seen them on eBay and people want like a tenner for them, £5 or something, like 5 or 10 quid, but that spanner works just as well. Take the centre out, remove the blades, you can see the spacers there. These are actually also a safety device. You notice they have little plastic locators on them, and the idea being if the blade stops suddenly, those snap off and basically allow the blade to stay still while the rest of the motor spins. It just protects the machine basically. And those are dirt cheap. You get a pack of them for like, I think the last pack I bought was like 6 quid or something. Quite a few of them, because they do break every now and again and you just replace them. Pull the fan unit off, and here's the belt. As you can see, the old one's completely shredded. Now one of the problems we are going to possibly have is we need to take basically this unit out to replace this belt. These screws here shouldn't be any problem at all. They should fly out, no messing at all. These those two should be okay. That one there is really, really rusty. In fact, what I'm going to do, I've got a little bit of spray here, just a lube. We'll give them a blast. I don't think, we'll give them a quick shot, but I don't think they're going to be much of a problem. And they're all Torx bits, these. So if you get a correct Torx bit, that was too small. I was sure I brought the correct Torx bit out with me. Just bear a second, folks, while I just go and find the correct Torx bits to get these out. Okay, sorry about that, folks. What we need is a T25, like that. And that should fit these holes okay. Yeah, just about. They're going to be a bit tricky because they're that rusty, but we'll get them to work. These ones should be dead easy, but I said them three are going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to use this little hand ratchet like that because it gives you a little bit more purchase on the actual screws when you're trying to get them out. Give this a try. That one's turning. So that one was no problem. Try this one. These two may be difficult to get out, we may even end up having to drill them out, which wouldn't be ideal. That feels like it's a slightly smaller bit. I wonder if someone's actually changed that in the past. See that? I don't know. It could just be it's that rusty, unfortunately. See that one there and that one. Very, very rusty. Let's give it another quick try. No, that's not for going. Let's try this one. Nope. Right, I will have to go and think up a plan B. So we'll be back as soon as I've done that. Okay, folks, what I've done, I've took a, what size is that? It's a 3.5mm drill bit. I've basically drilled down the centre there of the screw, about 5 or 6 mils down it. And the idea is I'm going to take, this is an extractor, it's what you use to remove Phillips screws that have, the head's gone on. And basically, I'm hoping now I've drilled down into the screw, we've got something for that to be able to bite down into. If I put that in the drill, we go on to a high torque setting, put that in the screw and press down a bit. No, let me try a slightly bigger one. It did bite then and then it snatched off. Let's try the slightly larger one. See if this is going to work. Nope, even that didn't work. Right, there is a plan B. Are we on plan C now? And basically what we're going to do is we're going to drill the screw out. In fact, now we've gone right tight down. Let's see if an extractor will get it out now. Let's give that a try. If not, it should just break the head off and then we can get the rest of the screw out after. There we go. That got it. As you can see, oh, there you go. That's the screw removed. We've not actually done any damage to the plastic either. Right, so what I'll do, I'll just whip that one out the same. I won't film me doing that one. I'll whip that one out and then we'll get back to it. We'll take the rest of these screws out and we can actually have a look at the replacing the belt and just check the rest of the assembly over while we're in there. So back in a sec. Okay, and apart from breaking one of my drill bits, that one come out as well, no problem. See if we can remove that one. Just get you zoomed out a little bit so you can see what's going on better. Right, and then all we need to do is take those out there. So back to where we should be. Obviously we're going to have to find replacements for those two, because those are obviously absolutely no good now, but I mean, that would just about go in. If I've got something better we can put in there, I will do. Put them to one side for now though. And we've just got that one, that one, that one, that's the whole unit's coming out now. Just making like getting this last screw out a little bit tricky. There we go. That's free. Let's recover these screws. There we are. We'll flip the unit back over. There we are. We should now be able to pull this unit out. Might be better just disconnecting the wires from the motor. We'll see. Let's see if we can lift it out without. There's something at the front there just holding it. I think we may have to just disconnect the two wires here from the motor. This has to be done very carefully because you don't want to break any of them connections. See if I've got a screwdriver or something I can get in there to get them off with. That one's coming now. There we go, that's the neutral off. Let's see if we can get the live off here. That's coming as well. There we go, they're off. And hopefully we should be able to get this unit out now. Is there something? There's something at the front there holding it and I'm not sure what it is. Unless we've missed a screw. Have we missed a screw somewhere? Yes, we have. There's another screw there. Does that feel like a Phillips? Now that's going to be tricky. We've got another screw. Maybe you can, let me just get you bent down. We've got another screw there. Let's clean the hole out and let's have a see. Now it's another Torx that. So we're going to need something to get down to that Torx width. So I'm going to need something a little bit longer than that. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, we have an adapter here. Now keep your fingers crossed we can get this screw out and it's not as rusty as those two were. That seems to be turning. I mean, with it being right up in that hole, it's not going to get as much muck and rubbish on it. So that one's come out nicely. Right, now hopefully we'll flip the machine back over. Let's just make sure that screw is out completely. Feels like it. Yeah, I think that's out. Let's flip the machine back over. Yes, that's out. Right, move the machine out of the way. Like I said, as we took that last screw out there, literally the whole unit just fell out of the machine. So, basically that is everything. Now, like I said, that's what the problem is that belt. We've also got to build up it's inevitable in machines like this, you're going to have a build up of grass and what have you in here. Like I say, if you've got an airline, it would probably be wise to get your airline out and just blow some of this muck and rubbish out from in the motor. It's not actually too bad on this one, but I would recommend, like I said, the moment the truth is, is the new belt going to be correct? It does look right, it does look like it's going to be the correct belt. Let's get the old belt off. There we go, that's the old belt. Yeah, they're both the same size. Well, as you can see, that's in much better condition. Just put it on there, put it round, and basically just push it round with your finger like that, feed it round. Whatever you do, don't get your finger caught under the belt when you're doing that because it hurts. I know that from personal experience. Putting belts on things before and getting them in the wrong place and getting my finger trapped under them. But there we go. That's the new belt in place. So really all we've got to do now is put the machine back together. Right. So if I was being really good now, I'd clean all this machine out, I'd get the airline out, I'd blow all the muck and the rubbish out of it. Basically where all the grass collects. I mean, you could even, if you was to do something with the wire in here, you could even probably jet wash it to get a lot of the muck and the rubbish out. But we'll just, while we're in here, we'll just get anything that's loosened off. And then I think we'll just tip it upside down and give it a good shake and see if we can get as much of that muck and rubbish out as we can. I've got rid of a lot of it, yeah. It's got rid of enough of it. Get it out from in there. Right, so what we need to do now is reinstall this. Put that back in there like that. We'll get some of these screws. We'll just stick a couple in there for now, just to hold it in position, and then we can work on it a bit easier. There's a hole there for a screw. Put that in. We're only going to stick it in just finger tight for now, just to hold the motor in position. Shut that down, so that'll hold that in position just for now. Spin it back over. You can just whack them screws back in. On there. on there. Put that screw in there. Okay, that's that one in there. Still got, I really don't want to use any of them, so I will have a look, see if I've got anything better. We'll just stick them in there for now to hold it in position. Right, I will go and have a quick look in my screw stash and see if I've got anything suitable to replace those three with, and then we'll get right back to it. Okay, I managed to find 3 screws that actually fit. They had the right thread. Unfortunately, they've not got the same. In fact, not one of the 3 match. They're all slightly different. We've got 2 hex head bolts and an Allen bolt there. But like I said, the important thing is that the actual thread is the correct thread rather than what's on the top of it. Like I said, it is a scrap mower, this, really. Like I said, I don't want to spend real money on it. Spending a £5 on a belt's enough for me. But if it gets the mower back into function, into service, then it's worth doing. Okay, there we go. There's the new belt on. That's all back and secure, so all we need to do now is reassemble so back on with the fan. Just sit on there like that. Then the blocks, then the blade, like that. Then we need to put the locking screw in. Tighten that down. Use my big spanner just to make sure that's tight. There we go. So that's back on there. We could have sharpened the blades while they were off, but these are still pretty sharp. Obviously, I don't buy new blades; I just sharpen my old one. Okay. All we've got left to do now, we've got to reconnect the motor up. Back where it came from. The terminal goes on there, like that. This terminal goes on there, like that. Just make sure that wire is routed out of harm's way. That's all looking good. We can put the motor cover back on. Like that. Find what I've done with the 2 screws that have dropped out of that motor cover. Ah, here they are. And these 2 are standard Phillips screws. Drop them in there. Screw that down there. Okay, there we go. That's the belt replaced. So really it's just a case of sticking the basket back in and the mower's ready to go. Right, I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up on the lawn here because I've still got tools lying around everywhere. I'll have a quick tidy up. I'll reset the camera up and we'll just have a quick test mow with it and just see how well it's working now it's got a new belt. So back in a sec. Okay, we're all set. I've got the mower plugged in. So we'll switch on and we'll see what happens. So plug it. I knew that was going to happen. I had the are you there still? Yeah. I had the mower plugged into the same extension leads as I've got the camera's power supply plugged into. Let's just try that again anyway. Well, as you can see, so as you can see, the mower is back in nice working order. It is quite a nice mower. The fact that it stores everything in there. Once you've done the lawn, you literally just empty that out. Like I said, the mower was free when I got it. All it's cost me in 2 years now is that belt. So I've even maybe just getting another 6 months out of it. I've not lost anything. To be honest, with the state of the motor looks perfectly good. The brushes are fine in it. I can't see any reason to be able to have to replace this until something major goes on it. It does everything I really want it to. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I said, I hope someone might find this useful. Like I say, if you've got one of these mowers, belt's gone in it and you're not sure whether it's worth repairing, whether you can do it yourself, because I'm pretty certain if you take this to one of the lawnmower repair places, they're going to charge you 40 quid for that. You have to supply and replace that belt. I can't see them be able to do it for any less than that to be able to make a profit, really. But the belt was a fiver. You've seen how easy, even if you've got some rusted screws like I had, you can get past that. You can see how fairly easy it is to sort the problem out. So like I said, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed that little video. So thanks for watching and goodbye.